Hey guys, what's going on? Alex Moreno from the Moreno Fit here for another video. I'm going to be honest, this probably isn't going to be like the most upbeat, most inspirational, motivational, or educational video that I've made. The purpose of this video is finding your why. The number one question I get asked, how to find the motivation and dedication to start going to the gym, keeping that dedication up, that commitment to bettering yourself, developing or creating something, or working towards any type of goal that you have. But I'm just going to use myself as an example. So I have roughly 8 years of experience with exercise. And in those 8 years, I've ran a half marathon, got a perfect score in my combat fitness test in the Marines, almost got a perfect PFT score as well, but that 3-mile run killed me. Got my 20 pull-ups on that, roughly 120 crunches in 2 minutes, and a 3-mile run in I think it was 20 minutes and 11 or 13 or 8 seconds, something like that, which for a perfect score it's a 3-mile run in 18 minutes or less. But that's kind of beside the point of this video, so I don't want to get too far off track here. Kind of growing up, I was pretty much like a loner. Moved like 5 times before graduating high school. I got pretty good at making new friends and becoming known. I'm not really saying a lot of people knew me that well, but growing up, I was kind of always feeling pissed off, or really never a happy person or super outgoing with my emotions or anything. I didn't really know how to communicate them, and I didn't really practice on communicating them too well. But there was one place that made me feel great, that I was excited to go to whenever I was going. A place where I could, release all the tension and stress that I built up, and that was the gym. No matter how I was feeling when I walked in, pissed off, super confident that I was gonna bang out some heavy weights, or even if I didn't feel like going and took, a scoop of pre-workout for that fake motivation, I always walked out of the gym like I accomplished something and bettered myself. And it's kind of that feeling that 8 years later still gets to me. It's still that feeling that I chase. And about 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with major depressive disorder, anxiety, insomnia. I know with service members it's a pretty common thing to deal with, and I know that there's a lot of others that are struggling with maybe something that could be worse, could be not as bad, maybe life's even great for them. The driving force behind my why of connecting and networking with people in the fitness industry, talking to an audience, whether it be on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, friends, family, people that I just met at like the gym. It was kind of based off of, there were a lot of nights that I would lay awake in my bed kind of wondering like, man, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I don't care for the classes that I'm doing. I just felt like crap because I really didn't have a purpose with what I was doing. I know I like designing and creating stuff and, developing something from scratch. But, no matter what I was doing, how much work I put in during the day, it could be like 8 hours of a normal like full-time job or classes and homework, and then doing like a super intense workout when normally people would feel like dog tired at the end of it and ready to just pass out in their bed. I had that feeling of being incredibly tired, but even though I had that feeling and I knew I should be able to fall asleep, pretty much every night there was a voice in the back of my head telling me that I need to do more and reach more people, but I just couldn't figure out what that thing was. So just after the finish of my last spring semester at college, I did 2 things. The first thing was I started a blog online called sodablogs.com. It was meant to be a motivation and inspiration blog, but truthfully it didn't really convey the type of message that I was trying to put out. And then the second thing was I enrolled in the National Academy of Sports Medicine's personal trainer certification program online. And while I was a student worker technically at my college over the summer, I would read and study for about 5 to 6 hours a day. And the reason that I put in so much effort into trying to learn these things, because I truly wanted to learn like everything I could fitness related. So even though I'd be working and studying for like 5 to 6 hours a day, besides on the weekends, you gotta have some time for like family and taking care of things that you need to do at home or for yourself. I would still be at home watching like Christian Guzman, Bradley Martin, Seth Feroce, just so I could get like the best knowledge that I could and kind of take things that I've learned, maybe new techniques or ways of doing things. That would be like the fitness related stuff. And since I also enjoy photography, I was watching people like Peter McKinnon, Sawyer Hartman, Casey Neistat for the videography and photography. I was putting in so much time to learn these things, even though I didn't know if it was gonna pay off at all. And I really still don't, which leads me kind of to the next point. Growing up, we're always told, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I feel like that was totally the wrong thing for me to do to figure out what I wanted to do. I knew I liked designing and creating things. I was always playing with like Legos or making things out of paper and cardboard as a kid, but I really don't feel like it's filling the purpose that I'm trying to seek out. So one night I was looking into the past at where I was the most happy and felt the best and the most excited to do whenever I was going to do it, which was fitness. I love learning everything that I can and networking with everybody that I can. So that's when my purpose and the why came to me, because fitness gave me my life back after struggling with the depression. And I know there's others out there that could use it to better themselves like it helped me. Maybe they don't know where to start or don't have the funds to pay for a trainer, but the most important thing is that they do have one thing. They know they want and need a change for the better, so that's where I come in. Genuinely feel the need to inspire and help people struggling as much as I can, as best as I can. And the thing that sucks is currently my major is project management with a product development emphasis, so pretty much doing the research and development for companies' products, like computer-aided drafting, CNC machining, maybe model making for things. And I do plan to continue that with as long as it takes to develop what I really want to do and feel like I need to do with my life. Obviously, I'm not a motivational speaker, I'm not the most fit, I'm not the strongest, or the most well-known, but my why is because I know that there's others out there that don't have direction or guidance. Maybe they're afraid to seek it publicly because they're afraid of what people might think of them. But if you're one of those people, just know that it's okay. If you feel like you have friends that are going to judge you if you ask for help for anything, then you really don't need those people in your life anyway. So my point is to live the life you want, however long it takes, and whatever you have to do to make that happen. And if you feel lost in life, quit looking into the future. Look back on your life where you were the most happy, what gave you the most purpose with your day. Figure out how to maybe help others with that. Don't worry about having like the most expensive clothes or the flashiest car or whatever, because at the end of the day, if you really only have like materialistic things, you're probably still going to feel empty inside because you're not filling your life's purpose. And if you don't know your purpose yet, that's perfectly fine, but just don't be afraid to try new things and figure it out. You know, too many people look at the top of the mountain for where they're supposed to be. And obviously, you can't just take like an elevator to the top of the mountain. You have to, climb up that. Each step you take, maybe those steps are even foggy, like you have no idea which path you need to go down. Obviously, some paths will probably be harder than others, but that's all right. Don't be afraid to take the step, because that's how you're gonna have real freedom, and you're truly gonna be feeling like you're living the best life that you possibly can. But I wanna leave you guys with a comment from one of my family friends as a kid. She's been watching my videos on here, and I'm just gonna read it off word for word from my phone. This kid has some amazing advice. He used to hang out with my son in elementary school, and he literally just made me cry after watching a couple of his short videos. Guys, I'm telling you, he's definitely making me think about my life and how I can improve myself. How to live life to its fullest. Alex, you're truly an inspiration to me. You have always had that spunk about you. Go get 'em and keep doing what you're doing. Bless your heart, son. And I feel like that's truly kind of what I'm after. I really don't care if I reach one person, 100,000 people, 1,000,000 people even. As long as I'm making an impact on at least one person, then I've done what I set out to do. Man, it just kind of sucks because you can't go to school for that thing. It's never gonna be like for sure, but I just know that's what I have to do.